Just a reminder that all proceeds from our YouTube channel are donated to charity. Please help us help others by giving us a thumbs up or subscribing to our channel. Your support makes a difference.
If you don't believe that we donate to charity, take a look at our video of our donation to the Tampa Bay Frogman Swim that we did in January of 2024. Hey everyone! The inaugural season of the new Sun Princess is underway, and we've been busy creating review videos including a comprehensive walkthrough of a Reserve Collection mini suite, a tour of the fitness center, and evaluations of various dining options. Today we're delving into our impressions of the Reserve mini suite, highlighting its successes and its shortcomings, and addressing some pressing queries from our followers. While we're grateful for the upgrade to the Reserve Collection mini suite, we believe it's important to provide constructive feedback to Princess, acknowledging their commendable efforts while also identifying areas for improvement. Now, after all, without feedback, how can they strive for excellence? So let's delve into our assessment of the hits and misses of this cabin and tackle a few burning questions. First, let's start with the lighting. It's absolutely incredible. Take a look at this eye-catching fixture above the bed. Not only is it gorgeous, but it also enhances the visibility in this spacious room. With aging eyes becoming a concern for some, like us, functional lighting is key. And what's not to love about the night lights? As we age, the risk of falling becomes more prevalent, especially during those late-night bathroom visits. Fortunately, this cabin is equipped with motion-sensing nightlights strategically placed in the bedstands and under-counter lights activated on the way to the bathroom. Unlike the blinding, almost flashlights that we've had on older ships, these nightlights provide soft illumination akin to what we really enjoyed when we were on Seabourn last month. Sensors for the bedstand nightlights are located directly on the fixture itself, and there are two sensors for the under-counter bathroom nightlight. One is located outside the door, and the other is located under the counter. And here's a tip for the under-the-counter bathroom nightlight. If you're sitting on the commode and the nightlight goes out and you obviously can't reach the outside the door sensor, you can always wave your hand to activate the under-the-counter sensor for that nightlight. Now, the reason we tell you about the locations of these sensors is that some people do travel with tape so that they can cover up the location of these sensors in order to shut off the nightlights. If you're not a fan of these nightlights, you can cover up the sensor in the bedstand, but you will not be able to really deactivate the under-the-counter bathroom nightlight because the sensor outside the door is difficult to cover up. Even though you can cover up the under-the-counter portion of this, still the other one will be exposed. Some have said the lack of balcony lights is a problem, and we disagree. The lack of balcony lights means no more disruptions from neighbors' forgotten lights shining into your room while you're trying to sleep. We suggest if you need to have extra lighting on the balcony that you bring some sort of motion sensing nightlight, which we always actually bring on cruises in case there aren't any nightlights. And this is something you can put into the on mode and use it on the balcony. Another nice little touch that we learned is that the direction of the lighting over the sofa as well as the desk can be adjusted manually. Obviously, this is great for reading. And speaking of reading, the directional lights on each side of the bed are awesome. And this is such an improvement from the previous bedside lamps that Princess Cruises is known for. This is so much less disturbing for a roommate. The lighting is definitely a hit. From the overhead light fixture, to the vanity lighting, to the bathroom lighting, to the night lights, definitely a hit. Now let's talk about the fabulous charging outlets on board. Princess has truly hit the mark by providing plenty of US and EU outlets along with USB-A and USB-C ports. Charging all of our electronics was not a problem at all. And let's not forget about the Wi-Fi and in-room entertainment. The in-room entertainment has always been a hit with Princess Cruises, but the Wi-Fi has definitely been a miss on Princess ships in the past, and we're going to call it a hit this time because it's definitely better. It's not quite as good as the experience that we had on Seabourn last month where we could conduct Zoom calls from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but we were able to stream without any difficulty, and we could even conduct Wi-Fi phone calls easily on board. The Princess Luxury Bed has been a hit since it was launched and continues to be. Now, let's talk about the mini suite bathrooms. a big hit. As we mentioned in our full mini suite tour, the absence of shower curtains is a game changer. A+++, princess. The bathrooms are bright and spacious. They have ample counter space, and that truly enhances convenience. While having a drawer is a nice addition, it's worth noting that there's only one. Nonetheless, it's a step in the right direction towards maximizing storage space. And let's not forget about the toiletries. Definitely a hit. One of Princess's best decisions has been to switch back to separate shampoo and conditioner from the combined version that we've seen on Princess ships for a number of years. Seriously, now who uses that at home anyway? We're thrilled to see Beekman 1802 toiletries on board the Sun Princess, and they've always been a favorite of ours also. Now, speaking of hair, let's talk about the hair dryers. Definitely a hit. These dry bar hair dryers are a vast improvement from the weak ones we've endured on other Princess ships for decades. With these, maybe we won't have to pack our own hair dryer when sailing on the Sphere-class Princess ships in the future. Overall, the mini suite bathrooms have definitely exceeded our expectations, offering both practicality, like the footrest in the shower, and luxury. So definitely on the hit list. So the mini suite bathrooms have many positives, but here's where we can start talking about some of the misses. Let's start with the footrest for shaving legs. It is a nice practical touch, but we really miss the shelf that was present in the bathrooms of the Royal class ships. Not only was it convenient for shaving legs, but it also provided extra storage space for toiletries. And this is one of the biggest misses of the mini suite bathrooms, and probably all of the bathrooms on the ship. There is a lack of storage in the shower. Many of us bring our own beauty products, and having just one small shelf in the entire shower simply isn't enough. It would be great to have more shelves to accommodate our toiletries, keep everything organized, and not have to put everything on the floor. Now let's talk about another miss, albeit a smaller one, but it's worth mentioning. It's all about the closet area. You see, the frosted glass doors look sleek and modern, adding a nice decorative touch to the room, while also creating a sense of openness. But here's the thing. When you actually fill up the closet with clothing, it can start to look a bit cluttered. But these are a definite improvement over the wide open closet spaces on the Royal class ships. Personally, we prefer solid doors over these glass ones. They offer a cleaner look, especially when the closet is packed with clothes. And we know this is something that can't be changed very easily, but maybe in the future it might be something to consider. Use solid closet doors when you have a larger space like a mini suite. Now let's discuss another significant miss, one that's been a bit of a head scratcher for us, the in-room safe. We all expect to have a safe in our room for storing valuables, right? But here's the thing, why, oh why, can't Princess provide passengers with a safe large enough for a laptop? It's a question that's left us baffled. We've sailed on plenty other cruise lines where the in-room safes were spacious enough to accommodate laptops without any issue. But alas, after 30 Princess cruises, we have never encountered a safe big enough to accommodate our laptop. It's definitely a miss in our books, and one we hope that Princess will address in the future. Now let's talk about another miss, this time concerning the balcony furniture. It's a bit disappointing to note that most of the balconies don't have reclining high-back chairs. We've always enjoyed the comfort and versatility of these high-back reclining chairs on other cruise lines, including Princess in the past. Paired with an ottoman, they make for a truly relaxing experience. However, in the Reserve Collection mini suite, we found ourselves greeted with just 2 chairs, ottomans, and a table. While functional, it did feel a tad bit underwhelming compared to what we've experienced before. But fear not, cruisers, some deluxe balcony and mini suite rooms may feature chaise loungers, typically found near the sphere portion of the ship and in the aft or forward corners. Additionally, the Cabana mini suites offer a different set of furniture options, with some featuring reclining chairs and others granting access to the Cabana Cove on Deck 9. However, it's really important to keep in mind that opting for these Cabana options may come with sacrifices like smaller bathrooms, closets, and showers. Some individuals have expressed their dislike of having to set the Do Not Disturb button on the room panel outside the room directly on the panel itself. However, this aspect really doesn't bother us very much. We've been enthusiastic supporters of the Medallion experience ever since its inception, And this feature is just one of the many benefits. It's convenient to adjust your room's privacy settings upon entering the door. So what are your thoughts about the Medallion experience? Feel free to share in the comments below. We were asked a lot as to whether our mini suite experienced noise from the fitness center above it. And honestly, we were really surprised to find out that the fitness center was open 24 hours daily. And yes, we did hear noise from the fitness center late at night and of course in the early morning hours. Always remember to make sure that you look what's above and below you when you choose a cabin. But this is a problem that could be rectified immediately by changing the opening hours of the gym and also posting signs to be courteous to those sleeping below you during certain hours of the day. Most cruise ship fitness centers are usually open between the hours of 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. And we'll take just a minute to remind you that we always travel with earplugs, but the sounds of a fitness center are very hard to block out even with earplugs. Lastly, let's get into some of our followers' questions. The first follower question is, I've heard that the bed position in the cabins on the Sun Princess can vary, and how does this work exactly? Well, here's the answer, and that's a great question. Indeed, the bed position can change in different cabins on the Sun Princess, offering you some flexibility in room layout. Now, this is something we encountered firsthand during our inaugural cruise on P&O Cruises Arvia, and if you've watched our videos, you'll know that we feel that this ship has a lot of similarities with the Sun Princess. For example, in a deluxe balcony room, the bed may be positioned near the door with a sofa closer to the balcony or vice versa. One way to determine the layout of a potential room is by checking the deck plans where the bed will always be placed in the widest portion of the room. Additionally, doing a mock booking can provide special notes indicating the location of the bed or the sofa. Now let's next consider the mini suites. In these rooms, the bed can be situated closer to the balcony with drapes separating it from the sofa and balcony area. Alternatively, the closet may separate the bed from the sofa. Our advice, especially for those traveling with children or others, is to opt for the layout with a closet separating the bed from the convertible sofa and Pullman for added privacy and convenience. Here's the next follower question. What do the rooms that accommodate more than one passenger look like? And that's an important question, especially for families or groups traveling together. In our experience, we previously mentioned incorrectly that the sofa in our Reserve Collection mini suite was convertible. However, it's important to clarify that it was not. Instead, if your room has one, the sofa will flip over to become a bed. This process is typically done by the room steward nightly, and they'll make it up during the day for your convenience. For accommodating a fourth passenger, a Pullman bed may come out of the ceiling over the sofa. As for finding these rooms, it can be a bit tricky. We suggest reaching out to a travel agent for assistance, as there isn't always a clear way to identify them. You can also try making a mock booking on Princess.com for more than 2 passengers, or simply give Princess a call. But we do have to warn you, we recently met a family on board who booked 4 in a cabin expecting it to sleep 4. However, they were surprised to find out that their room didn't have a pull-out sofa as expected. Even the room steward was unsure about the situation. They had to visit guest services, and fortunately, they were given an additional inside cabin for their teens. So if you're planning to book multiple people in a room, we highly recommend double and triple checking with Princess to confirm whether your room will accommodate those passengers. Hopefully they'll address any confusion and update their information after a few cruises. Here's another follower question. Is the reserve option worth the extra money for a mini suite? Now this is the million-dollar question. So when considering the reserve option for a mini suite, it ultimately boils down to personal preferences and priorities. And let's break this down a little bit more. When crunching the numbers, you'll likely notice that the Reserve Collection mini suite comes at a premium, typically around 15 to 20% more expensive than a regular mini suite. It's essential to weigh this extra cost against the benefits it offers. Now, a non-Reserve Collection mini suite already boasts excellent space with larger closets, bathrooms, and showers. However, the primary advantage of opting for the Reserve Collection is the prime location. If being situated midship is your preference, you'll likely find Reserve Collection mini suites to choose from. Additionally, the other notable perk is access to the reserved main dining room. Here you'll be treated to dedicated cruise service and minimal wait times, akin to the exclusive club class experience you may have already had on Princess Cruises. Given the size of the ship with approximately 4,000 passengers, this can truly enhance your dining experience and overall comfort during the cruise. In summary, whether the reserve option is worth it depends on your individual priorities. If location and dining convenience are paramount to you, then the extra cost may indeed be justified. However, if you're content with a regular mini suite and are more budget conscious, you may find the added expense isn't necessary. And lastly, again, a heartfelt thank you to Princess for the upgrade, and your generosity is truly appreciated. Well, that's it for our review of the hits and misses in a Reserve Collection mini suite, along with answering your burning questions. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and if you have inquiries or additional thoughts, drop them in the comments below. And until next time, happy cruising, and please subscribe and hit the like button, as we're going to post more reviews and videos of this gorgeous ship. And stay tuned for our next adventure, which will be a Viking river cruise. Always remember to make meaningful and healthy travel happen, and we'll see you next time.